And we are going to the Lighthouse, and here we are. So as you can see, if you've been to the Lighthouse before, it is a changed environment.
A little friendlier, you can't fall to your death.
That's very kind of you, yeah. We've kicked out some carpets, we've lit some candles, and this is a functional space. I am armed with a weapon, but I mean this gentleman no harm.
The scent of ozone. Come closer, warlock.
So much like our interaction with other in-destination vendors, Brother Vance has assumed a functional role as somebody who will guide us and reward us.
Absolutely. He sits within the Lighthouse, much like Failsafe, and Devram.
Yes, and others.
And there you go. And this will be an opportunity for you not only to learn a little bit more about Vance, but then also how Vance sees Osiris and his eagerness for his return.
Yep. And we can see here that Vance has his own engram.
Yep.
And the levels have been raised.
The levels have been raised. Player level is we're bringing up to 25.
Okay.
And your light level will go to 330 as a soft, and 335 if you got your mods.
Okay. Very good. And we will be taking a look at all of the gear that you'll be able to pull out of this engram in the third stream in the series. Although, for the time being, I figure there's no harm in me showing off the Warlock gear that you'll be able to add to your collection. And this dresses me up as a proper follower in the Order of Osiris. I'm looking Egyptian and badass myself right now. And just to take in a little bit more of the space here, we can see that Brother Vance is very much the scholar, very much the seeker, if you will.
A little obsessed.
Just a little. Or a lot.
We prefer the term captivated.
Yes.
And the entire space has been redressed.
We want to make sure that we want to tell that story visually as well, that not only has Vance come back, but then other followers of Osiris have started to come back as well.
Yes, yeah, we got a gathering of his followers right here. And these two fellows right here, near and dear to my heart. Look at that, they're exos. Looking mean fellows. This is a place of study, this is a place of learning. These guys have more books than the speaker. Is that too soon?
Maybe.
So the gate there is live. We'll go through there in just a moment, but there's more to look at here in this space.
Sure.
As I move through slowly and deliberately, like a cinematographer. Here's something I'd like for you to tell me a little bit about Dave, but I think when we have Dan Miller, the game director for Curse of Osiris, in the hot seat next week, I think he can give us a little bit more context. What is this installation right here?
So this is basically a tracker or a history marker for some of the optional activities that you're going to be able to have as a player at the end of campaign.
Okay.
If you actually look at your hand cannon that you got in your hand right now, that's actually one of the destination-themed weapons. That is basically the notion is older weapons that Osiris has grabbed, taken, and modified using Vex technology.
Yeah.
You actually have an opportunity to go and adventure for the ability to forge these types of weapons.
Okay.
And that object that you're looking at right now, that actually shows you the markers of all the different ones that you've been able to create to date.
Yeah, so we've got a couple of glyphs or runes or some sort of holograms here that are active, and each of those nodes represents a different weapon?
Absolutely does.
And I will acquire these throughout the campaign, after the campaign? How does
after
this
the
work?
campaign, and it's all optional quests that you can do as a player.
And so each one is represented by a quest?
Yes.
And I can see here that you seem to have hacked into some Vex technology and wired it into this installation over here.
Yep, we call that the Forge. That's actually where you'll take all your elements and you bring them together and you're able to forge these weapons.
Look at that, we're worse than the Fallen. Okay. And then as we move over here, we can see that, as always, the Lighthouse has a lovely view. And you'd mentioned before that there's always been a player curiosity to leave the confines of this space.
What's on the surface,
and explore beyond.
There.
See what's out there. So this is a good opportunity to satisfy that curiosity. Destiny has always been about exploring.
We should go through the gate.
We should go through the gate. Here we go. So we're going to see what's on the other side. And here we go. We are going to visit Mercury for the first time. welcome to Mercury. As you can see, I have a fire team waiting for me. Right here, we have a Titan dressed similarly in some fabulous.
This is our destination theme gear.
Okay, so this is the gear that I'll earn by playing the campaign and being a willing combatant, and then.
And there's my favorite. I play Hunter.
Oh yeah, we playing favorites now?
Well, then we have to have another warlock.
I'm all the warlock you need today. So they know the rules. If I'm going to sit in the chair and hold a controller, I get to be the warlock. All right.
So this is our public space. So this is the space that exists in the present time. This is where public events will occur, lost sectors, all the things that people have loved to find and explore on EDZ and other places inside of Destiny 2. We offer all the exact same things on Mercury as well.
Okay. And I can see that the Cabal are paying us a visit.
Mercury is the closest planet to the Almighty, and there are survivors after the Guardian went and kind of wrecked the place.
Yeah.
So they have come to Mercury.
All right. Let's see what else is on Mercury. Gentlemen, if you'd lead the way and take us on a walking or perhaps even shooting tour of the environment.
It is a bit of a hot zone, so be careful.
All right. Weapons hot. Fangs out. You are green to engage. Let's see what they got. Yeah, like as you promised, we got some Cabal stragglers through here. You'd mentioned that we're going to find all the things that make a Destiny destination what it is. You'd mentioned lost sectors. Obviously there are chests that we can open up. Public events.
Public events. We have this is a pretty big deal for us as well. We have a bespoke public event. It is handcrafted for the space and integrated into the public space.
Okay. A rather big public event, from what I've heard.
It's our largest to date.
Probably want to watch out.
Yeah, watch out for that Vex milk.
Radiolarian
fluid, please. Yes, come on, come on. You're sitting next to your narrative. You got to be on point here, man. As they have engaged the enemy, whether we like it or not, we've stepped into a war with the Cabal.
If you take a peek, take a peek, and if you can not get shot at the same time, but if you look up over to your right,
yep.
Not only will
let's see, let me get a bird's eye view.
Yep.
Let me go up.
That's a lot.
There you go.
Keep me safe up here, boys. I'm trying to lead a tour group.
So not only are we this is again right after the campaign of D2.
Yep.
So the Almighty is out there in the horizon.
Yep.
And then if you look up there, that is actually the Lighthouse.
Yeah, we can see the Lighthouse from the outside for the first time. And then very close proximity to our sun. And what remains of the Almighty is still in the skybox.
Yep.
All right, cool.
Great opportunity to get a tan.
Yes, exactly. Or get burnt to a crisp. So I'm going to jump down here. We will continue our reconnoiter. I'll let my buddies take point, as I always do.
So what you're starting to approach now, that's the gate that allows you to enter the Infinite Forest.
Okay.
And ultimately explore all the different times that have the capstones to the past, present, and future.
Awesome. And you'd mentioned the lost sectors before, but in keeping with the themes of mystery, my understanding is that you're not necessarily marking those on the map.
We're not going to show them on the map until after your campaign is all complete, and give you an opportunity to find them all on your own without any assistance.
This is usually how I enjoy PvP, through the grace of my fire team. Thanks, guys. There we go. I'll help. I helped. Oh, we got a man. Oh, we got two down. Need a respawn. Don't wipe. There we go. All right, let's move along. I'm going to speed through this environment. We're going to go up to the gate to the Infinite Forest.
Yeah, and again, early on, we want to make sure that anybody that played PvP maps down on Mercury, that all this stuff felt familiar. And if you harken back even to Black Garden days, some of the statues and things like that, we want to pull that idea and those concepts forward, and make this place feel familiar, yet unique and full of mystery.
All right. We'll take one last look at Mercury. And then we are going to go through this gate, which will bring us into the Infinite Forest. I am now deep within the planet of Mercury?
Yes. The Infinite Forest is pretty much fills the core of the planet. The Vex came in, they took it over, they hollowed it out, and they built this, and they keep building.
From an aesthetic perspective, it was a goal of ours to make sure that we could create something that felt like it's sit outside of time and space. So we come back and look at that postcard, and now that you're here, boots on the ground, actually looking at space, we wanted to make sure it felt surreal, it felt dreamlike.
Well, as my fire team forges ahead, I'm going to park right here, just so that we can take a look at the destination.
Sure.
We can see some of these different installations here.
We call those trees.
Okay.
The Infinite Forest has to have trees.
The forest needs trees.
And what would the Vex consider a tree?
So, and you can see that there's sort of a different aesthetic for some of the different trees. This one's pristine. This one is not.
That one is not. These are all different trees that allow you, as a player, to go to different times. So as you, like the one on the right that you were just looking at, that will take you to the future, to the dark future. The one that's just slightly off to the left, that's one going to take you to another version of the past, to the present. And then the one that's pristine that you're looking at right now is deep in the past when Mercury was a lush garden planet.
And that is one of the things that we are leaving for player exploration. We're not going to show you Mercury of the past today.
Not yet.
By your command.
Please,
and,
thank you.
You can see we are, in fact, inside the planet. There is no sky here, only the natural ceiling of the planet's crust, I guess you would say.
Mantle, maybe?
Mantle? The crust? I really needed to pay more attention in geology, but I knew that wasn't the best possible future for myself. So much like the Vex, I made a command decision there. Fantastic. Well, I am going to take us back to orbit. I'm going to abandon my fire team, and
They'll be